This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Gitiyar, Agabench Tiyar. Here it is, the night right after the Yom HaKadosh, Yom HaKippurim, as we prepare for Chag HaSukkos, Haba Aleinu L'Tova. So I want to share with you the side of these 4 days between Yom Kippur and Sukkos. It's based on the very concise comments of the Biur HaGra and Siman Tafresh Chaf Daled that give us a clue and teach us a little bit about the power of these 4 days. The Ramah tells us, and this is something we're all familiar with, that in oimrim tchinois v'loit tzidkas l'tzedek li'olam miyom kippur ad Sukkos. We don't say tachnun for the 4 days between Yom Kippur and Sukkos. That's something we're familiar with. But the question is, why don't we say tachnun between Yom Kippur and Sukkos? We don't have the same principle that we use by Nisan, that the majority of the month are days that we don't say tachnun, and applying the rule of hol v'yatsa roiv ha'chodesh b'kedusha, so we won't say Tachnun the whole month. We know we did say Tachnun in the days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, so why specifically in the days between Yom Kippur and Sukkos do we not say Tachnun? So the Gra adds a very powerful insight. We're all familiar that the language that the Torah uses when describing the mitzvah of taking the Daled minim is V'lakachtem lachem b'yom harishon. You should take for yourself on the first day. And the Medrash asks, the first day, it's the 15th day of the month. Why does it say the first day? And the language of the Medrash is Rishon l'cheshbon avonos. It's the first day of accounting sin. What does that mean? It's the first day of accounting sin. How's it the first day of accounting sin? So the simple explanation in the Medrash is that Yom Kippur were forgiven, and we're tarud in mitzvahs between Yom Kippur and Sukkos. We're tarud in purchasing the Daled minim, we're tarud in building the sukkah, and we don't have a chance to sin, and therefore the first opportunity to sin is the first day of Sukkos. But that's a very difficult explanation. There's no opportunity to sin. Ask anyone who's ever purchased a lulav and esrog if there are opportunities, and everybody knows, well, what if you're not happy with the price? What if you're not happy with the service? What if you're not happy with the attention you're getting? There's no opportunity to get aggravated, annoyed, and to get into a squabble with the moicher Daled minim. Or what if you're putting up your sukkah and your help is not exactly up to your expectations? It's not possible to do an avera in these 4 days. What is the kavanah of the Medrash? The Gra says very concisely, in the Biur HaGra, Ein oimrim tchinois mishum dehava yom tif. These 4 days are like a yom tif, kamo yom HaKippur b'miksas. They are slightly like Yom Kippur. After all, we know immediately after Yom Kippur we try to get up early the next day. But what the Gra is saying, that these days, these 4 days between Yom Kippur and Sukkos, have the koyach hakapara somewhat like Yom Kippur. Not that you don't have the opportunity to do an avera, but if you should sin, the days are machaper. The same way on Yom Kippur, itzumay shel yom is machaper. The day of Yom Kippur is machaper with tshuva. These 4 days are also mechaper. They're somewhat like Yom Kippur. Therefore, the first day of Sukkos is Rishon l'cheshbon avonos, because that's the first opportunity to reckon sin, because until then, the days are mechaper the sin. Otherwise, what does the Medrash mean? We're too busy to sin. And on Sukkos, we're not too busy to sin. On Sukkos, we're actually performing the mitzvah. The answer is that the 4 days between Yom Kippur and Sukkos are somewhat like Yom Kippur, and therefore they're machaper, and the first day of Cheshbon Avonos is the first day of Sukkos. This is the incredible explanation for the Ramah. The reason we don't say Tachnun is not just, it's smack in between 2 Yomim Tovim. We don't say Tachnun because the days of atonement continue. These are 4 powerful days of kapara. So let's take advantage of this man of the year. Not only Rosh Hashanah, not only Yom Kippur, but the 4 days between Yom Kippur and Sukkos are mighty days of kapara, continue to be days of awe, and yet at the same time, days of simcha. So wishing everyone a gabench tiyar, and take advantage of these wonderful 4 days as we enter the Zman Simchaseinu. May the Rebbe Shalom be mashpia on all of Klal Yisrael, a year of great simcha ad bias Gael Tzedek.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.